Today, I'm going to show you that houses do not always have better capital growth than other types of properties, such as villas, units, townhouses, even commercial, different types of properties like that. So here's a real life example. I want to share this with you to educate you, to show you. Now, let's jump into it. This property right here is a house in Perth, and everyone knows February 2025. The last 2-3 years in Perth, we were buying very, very heavily, still are, moving on to other markets now, of course, like Melbourne. However, Perth has had a massive, massive growth cycle. This is a house, roughly 341 square meters. I'll bring it up here. This is a house, right? 341 square meters. It was on a massive block, like 1,000 square meter block, but it was subdivided. But again, this is a house nonetheless. Now, if you look, I want to show you first of all, right? This property originally sold in July 2019 for $455,000. Now, I've gone back and I've looked at the exact photos and can see there hasn't been any major drastic changes to this house. It does look like it has had repainted, so they might have spent, and there's some small touch-ups, they might have spent 10, 20, 30 grand on this house. But then, lo and behold, long story short, 2024, it sold for $800, and I'm going to round up to $813,000. Roughly in 5 years, the house pretty much doubled in value. Now, let's jump on a percentage calculator. .com, and it sold originally for $455,000, and then it sold again roughly 5 years later for $813,000. Now that's 78.63%. The property's almost doubled in value over that 5 years. They rode the boom between 2021, 2022 to late 2024 when this property was sold. Now, that's one example. So a house in about 4 to 5 years, 78%. This is a property that I bought myself, and this is the address, 11/19 Joseph Street, Maylands. Now look at this little stinker of a property. Nothing fancy, nothing flash. 9 out of 10 people would not buy it, but I, Eddie Deline, bought this property. And I bought it back in October 2022 for, you guessed it, only $187,000. This was the first property that I bought back in Perth, I believe, by memory. And yeah, bought it for $187 roughly 2 years ago. I then sold it in September 2024. Long story short, I've been flipping some small ones like these every now and then cashing out and using that to buy bigger stuff that's worth 8, 10 million bucks, etc. I sold it. So between that, 2022, remember the house, they actually held it from 2019. They're roughly the same time. And this is only, I'd say, less than 2 years. So October 2022, September 2024, that's less than 2 years. Let's go jump back in the calculator. So remember that was 78.68%. I'm going to change this to 187, change that to 347, and voila, 85%. So in a shorter time period, not 4 to 5 years, 2 years, this property, basically Joseph Street, Maylands, 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, look at the complex it's in. It looks like an ugly property, but I didn't do no types of renovations to this property at all. And there are the facts and the figures, people. This unit went up more, even in a shorter time frame, 85% over that period. And why is that, you would say? I boil it down to a million different factors, but this property is more affordable. It always has been, always will be. It had a better rental yield. When I bought this for $187, I rented it out, it might say here, doesn't say there, but I rented it out for like $350. Now there's a renting for like $450 a week, $500 a week for a 2-bedroom unit in Maylands. To summarize, this unit outperformed a house, and that's the end of the story. It outperformed the house. There is one example. I could show you thousands and thousands of examples. So you don't always need to buy a house. I'm a big fan of buying houses. I love houses. By no means am I the guy that just says only buy units and townhouses and all that shit. I buy a lot of houses, and we get a lot of houses every day for clients. For a starting point, for someone young out there, they've only got 10, 20, 30, 40 grand in cash. They can't always buy a house for 850 grand now, but you can buy a unit. And again, right now, we're buying in other markets. So anyway, I hope this video helps. Comment below. I want to hear your comments. Thanks for watching.